Yo gang, Rod here, Future's 8-Bit. I'm about to show you a how-to video, specifically how to make the world's most inconvenient interface for loading things into your Commodore computer. This is Jelly Load. Yes, it's a bunch of photo resistors, a user port, a little bit of receiver software, and fey presto, you can load things in via like YouTube. There's a YouTube playing. You put the little cup on your screen. Pinch and zoom is your friend, but yeah, if you put that down, that makes this bit. Where's top? There's top. You just put that in there and it does its thing. That's the most genius thing I did. Anyway, I'm going to try and do a real-time video on this, so this is going to be pretty awful. You know, what's new, right? But in the top corner, just for fun, I'm going to hit send now. That's an expanded game I'm sending. So if you do have a jelly load interface, those dots there, that's an actual game. Expanded. You'll need an 8K expansion, VIC20. Sorry, I will get round to getting the software sorted for other machines. But in principle, it all works. So get yourself onto Amazon's or any RiPi site, and you basically get a load of photo resistor modules. We are doing a smaller, you know, a bespokey one, but you can buy these reasonably cheap. Again, apologies for the camera. My real normal setup has died. But yeah, you need a bunch of those. You're going to need a bunch of wire. You're going to need a soldering iron. You're going to need a bit of patience. But the first thing you're going to need to do, I've done that one. The first thing you need to do is nip these legs off the back here where the photo resistors are, because it's a friction fit to get these into the case, and it's a bit too frictiony if you leave those legs on. So take them off. I'm doing it live. Will this video be edit free? Well, it better be, because that won't work if I have to chop bits of this video out because I've done something stupid or caught fire. But yeah, so trim. I've had various people ask for these interfaces. No, I don't plan to be making the, well, we're gonna make a, you know, an off-the-shelf kind of version, but only if people actually do this, because this is a little bit, what should we say, harebrained. It's a bit silly, but it is fun, and I like fun. Anyway, once you've cut these little bits off here, right? You can put this in now. Little jumping ahead, jumping forward, jumping round and round, etc. And I've lost my trimmer pot. There it is. By the way, this pot here, when this thing is installed, it's kind of, there we go. That's wound all the way anti-clockwise. Now, that little leg there that's currently pointing at about 7 o'clock, wind that round to 12 o'clock, and if you really want to be a big boy and you've got a multimeter, measure that, because you will find you're getting around about 4K. Let's just check this one. A little bit of light there, and we're going to go on the middle pin there. I hope this is the one I adjusted. What's going on? Yeah, oh no, that's 4.6K. Is it the one I adjusted? Let's just try that again. All the way back, all the way round. Oop. That leg there to about there. Just about 12 o'clock I found was good. Should get about 4K between there and there. 4.4. That'll do. Or will it? I'm going to try a few of these now. About there. So I've tried this off camera. Yeah, 3.8K on that one. Anyway, try and get about 4K, which is about 12 o'clock, but these are the world's cheapest pots, obviously. But yeah, if you can start off by setting these roughly 3.9, 4K, you're good to go. You're not going to get them perfect because the pots are rubbish. That one's slightly over. Let's try this one. This is proper non-scientific, this. But you need somewhere to start, because basically 4.5k, these things really move around, but there we go. Roughly around 12 o'clock. The closer you get them all the same, the better. So, you know, but 3.8, 4.5, 4-ish k is where you want to be to get you going. Yeah, so the next thing you want to do is just straighten these little things out, because when they go in here, you are going to have to shove it in, because the whole point is it goes in and it stays in. Can be removed again, obviously. There you go. All right. And that's that. Now, this is the troublesome one. This is internal. So the important bit is to make sure you can get this one out easy. But I'll show you that in a minute. Right. Next thing you're going to need is an absolute crepe ton of cable. I'm going to be posh and use some silicone cable, because I've got some. So I'm going to make loads and loads of these, all roughly the same length. And I'm doing this live because that is not going to take 10 minutes. It's going to take more like some minutes. I really don't know, actually. But yeah, this is one of the first expanded games. 8K expanded. Can you imagine? Yeah, you could put it on an SD card. Yeah, you could load it from cassette quicker. But no, you're loading from YouTube. Make a bunch of pairs of these. Oh yeah, should have gone through everything you need. Forgot. Anyway, you need some ribbon cable or some wire. You could do this all with wire, but I do recommend that you try and use off-the-shelf stuff. It's the sort of thing, again, if you're into Arduino, Raspberry Pi, you've probably got quite a lot of this stuff like lying around the gaff. I know I did. But this is what I do. How many pairs is that? Anybody counting? I'm not. There's some pairs of wires. If I need more, I'll go back and make more. Right. Anyway, this is where things get complex. Because what's a good idea is this. Strip them. Twist them together. Like so. And then go, where's my freaking solder? Okay, this is the wrong solder, but it is some solder. Really didn't prepare very well, did I? Yeah, so then you can do this. You can attach those two together. Lovely and jobbly. Now you're going to have to do quite a bit of that. Because the point is rather than having an absolute monstrosity of wires, you just solder the 5 volts and the ground across all of them, and then you only have to supply the whole setup with one power source. And it works quite well, because that's what I've been doing. I've set a few things up here. I'm most annoyed though that the camera, the old-fashioned HDMI camera I had up there, which had not a very good, but it did have a macro zoom. So I've bodged up a Elgato Facecam, which is quite a good camera, but they do want a monstrously huge amount of light, which it's not getting, because when I set this up it was morning, and now it's nighttime. So, but yeah, fingers crossed if this works, which it better do, because some of you lot might be copying me exactly, rather than going to thefuturewas8bit.com and clicking on the link for Jelly Load, which is up in info, and reading the instructions. Because don't do as I do, do as I wrote, probably. How many's that? Some tea. Let's be a bit more efficient with the stripping. In my pants. Yeah, I even dug out these old-fashioned strippers. Quite good for this sort of wire. Rather than the ka-chunk automatics. You know what I mean. Right. Let's get another end. Yeah, hopefully this won't get too brittle. Start falling apart on me. Well, I dropped that wire because I hadn't soldered it. Oh well. Skip ahead to the end if you like, but if you're loading that, you can't. Ha ha ha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12T. That one seems extra long. I'm going to put that over there in the naughty pile. See, could have prepared all of this, done a short video, but yeah, I like risking things. Risk it for a brisket. It will be cool if this happenstance is... What's the time? Oh, we're 11 minutes in. There's no way I'm going to finish this before that finishes. No way. That's at least 20 minutes, half an hour. Gotta be. Could have prepared this. Could have, should have. Could have, should have. But hey, why edit videos and then have them interesting so lots of people like and subscribe? Feel free. When you can just do what you do, put it on the internet, and nobody will watch it. That's the way to do it. Then I'll do an advert for Factor meals in the middle. Is it Factor they're all doing again? Right, I don't know how many I've done. Let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice. That's the correct number. I love maths. Right, let's see if we can be a bit more efficient on this other lot. Yeah, last time I used, is it that nylon wire, the stuff that doesn't burn? Because it was short links and I knew it was going to get a little bit melty. But yeah, this time we're going to use some luxury silicone wire. But yeah, you can use anything you've got. As long as you don't short things out, you're good. Shorting things out is bad. Oops. Got to try and remember to hold this forward because I know that if I bother to look up at the screen, I'm probably off screen most of the time. Anyway, this has been a welcome distraction. I like it when you come up with something that's a bit ludicrous and you're just doing it for the giggles. And the moment I actually managed to play back a file that I'd uploaded to YouTube and actually, you know, it loaded, that was crazy. And you never know, if you make one of these, you might get the same warm, sticky feeling that I got, because honestly, it was proper, you know, great. What a ridiculous thing to do, but also quite cool. Because literally, to get those LEDs up in the corner there, not very good at this pointing, that is another Elgato camera right now, live, pointing at some LEDs that are flashing. You can literally get your machine to flash some lights in the same way as you may have done this before, where you got your parallel port and you put relays on it or whatever on it, and you just drove the relays or the LEDs. You can just have a receiver at the other end. If you were doing a parallel cable, you'd be, you know, data pin to data pin, and they'd just be in send or receive mode. It's basically that. But with the inconvenience of recording it and uploading it to YouTube. Oh, it's just ridiculous. But some of the speeds we've got are getting close to cassette speed now. Slow cassette, very slow cassette, but cassette speed no less. And maybe if we get the single game version of this going, we might actually get some reasonable speeds. But we shall see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I love maths. Do 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 do. Silicon wire. Do do do. It's great stuff. And I just happen to have some. Oh yeah, because I've got some, because there's a project that's, it's not as pointless as this, but it's taken a huge amount of work, and I started it in 2017, and I still haven't got it out there for you lot to see, and it's really cool, and it works, but feature creep has ruined my life, so I can never finish it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maths. Right, so I've done that. We got some tails. Ready? All good. Right. Let's go back to this nonsense. So, for wiring purposes, because we've got a pot here, I suggest, and you can do this however you like really, but I suggest that this one here is the last one you're going to put in, because then that way, if you need to adjust this pot, you just lift this one out and you can job, basically, rather than try and pull that out, because it's in the middle, and the middle is not good. So, if we're going to end there, we want to go boop, 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 boop. Right, so the first one we're putting in is number 2. Sounds like poo. Check that I've cut them off, because that's not going in. There we go. Nah. There we are. Push that against something. Make sure it's all the way down. It is. There we go. You may also notice that the sensors may move around a little bit. This is not the tool for it, but yeah, you can straighten them out with something pokey. Pokey, pokey, pokey. Right. So you're the end. You're the end. I've got to remember, this one is the end, because that's lifting out, and that's going to go there. My brain's already on fire. It was so much easier when you just make something and don't take any notes. You just do it. Because seriously, it was a case of put this together, do. It worked, and then I had to pester old Dave over at Tynemouth to make software that worked, because this was not going to fly with my code in BASIC. No way, piggy wiggy, not going to happen. So, right, okay, so power's coming in here. Now, if you look carefully, again, do this yourselves. Don't just look at it and think, oh, that looks about right. But if you can see here, you've got VCC, you've got ground on the other side, the data pin. Oh, no, it's ground in the middle, data out. There we go, digital out, that is, on that side. So, middle pin is ground, the other pin isn't. So I'm going to do definitely the wrong solder. I need to do a 0.25. My point's smaller. I'm going to tin up that one like so. That's the middle pin, and that is the power over there, which is on the pot side of things. Remember that. And then I'm going to simply, or at least slightly, terrible because I've got no macro. I'll bring it up to the camera in a sec. That is awful, but it's what you need. Just pinned it on there without it shorting to the other pins next door. All goodera. And then the other end of that can go there, which I forgot to tin up. It's always worth tinning this stuff, because obviously the factories are likely to have used lead-free, which is rubbish. Done. Right, so with a bit of tinning, it should just go on, and then I'm going to get rid of the excess. Like that. Do you see what I've done? Do you see? Terrible, terrible camera. But yeah, believe it or not, that isn't shorted out. It does look like it, actually. There's about a millimetre clearance there. There we go. So that's that. Now, there's going to be an awful lot of that, but what you can't do is just go around with one flavour. You will need to feed them. Feed and follow, we'll call this. Will we? Yes. That's on there. Trim. Nice. Now, on the very last one, the one that's going to be removable, I plan to use some glue to stop any fatigue causing problems. I may or may not do that, depending on how well this all seats together, because, you know, so far so good. Right. Kind of think that I might have, should have, could have, would have been a good idea to have some proper measurements on those wires, but, you know, I didn't do that. And now it's ad hocery, ad bodgery. There we go. So it's in there. Ah, that's going to be a tight one. Matron. Yeah, should have done it not like that. So what I'm going to do is pull that back out like that, and then make sure those wires are down here first. Could even attach them, I suppose. Let's see. Let's see. Let's put that back in like that. Like that, like that. Leave that high. Grained in the middle. Positively on the side. Ground. Positively. Right. Yeah, I could have made this easier, couldn't I? By doing it differently. Where's my prangers? Or my tweezers? There we go. Yeah, they made the wires a tiny bit longer. It would have been fine. You really can't see what I'm doing, though, can you? You may complain to Hauppauge. For whatever reason, my Hauppauge HDMI converter no longer works with OBS. It was in the list. I reselected it. Now it doesn't even appear in the list. I'm assuming it's falling off their compatibility list. That's not very good, that one. Tidy that up. Yeah, I periodically look to try and find a proper camera, but I don't know what to buy. There's nothing worse than spending a load of money on the wrong thing, which we've all done a million times. Right, that's in the middler. Now we need to get the positively. No reason why you couldn't solder to the pins. No reason why you couldn't put the ground on like the pot. Do what you want to do. But the main thing is, just don't short anything out. Shorting things is bad things. I'm going to try and keep the gubbins. There we go. Nice. Do you know, I think I convinced myself that these things are easier than they actually are. And then I have to make another one and go, oh yeah, that's paying the bump. There we go. Nice. So yeah, about 4K on all the pots. Closer than they are to each other, the better though. That's for sure. But yeah, winding them around from 7 o'clock to about 12 o'clock is about right. They don't have to be spot on, but the more spot on they are, probably the better results when I start doing ludicrous speeds. That's if I try. I might get bored of this by next week. Now I'm wishing I left them external, but I'm doing it this way now. Slightly longer wire. That's what I needed. I'm trying to be neat. Trying. Would have been a good idea if I found my glasses as well. So this is soldering by smell. I think I've damaged the PCB there a bit. Let's have a look. It'll be fine, he said. Reaches to check for continuity, just in case. Beep, 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 beep. Nice. How's that send going? Fine. That's a good one. I'm not going to tell you what it is. The commenters below, the people that have, if you successfully done that successfully, you can tell us with your mind words in the comment section below. That'll be cool. Done a really bad twisty job on this one. Untwist, retwist. Hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot. Hotness. That'll do. This one's going to be awful. Oh no, they've separated. Okay, this is going to be one of the worst ones. Yeah. Ouches. Checks for VCC. There is no short. Weem good. Shove it in the hole. Yeah, so, future8bit.com, info button, jelly load is where you will find everything thus far, and obviously my YouTube channel has got jelly load on it for your jelly purposes. Done a handful of videos, and all of them that remain, I did put some up and then delete them because they were bad uploads. But yeah, all that remain on there have been confirmed to work on these things set up poorly. If everything I'm doing so far has been confirmed to work on a jelly load device that's been set up with, your tongue in the corner of your mouth and going, yeah, it should work, shouldn't it? Yeah, and it does. I will endeavour to find out what is the most general, pot setting. But so far it is from 7 o'clock, move it to 12 o'clock. If you understand how to turn pots, that should make some sense. Because I was doing a lot of tuning. There's a calibration video out there that I did, and that lets you try and tune the blinking lights so they all come off and on at the same time within your, without using a multimeter or anything, a scope, to see if they're all actually exactly the same time, because they shouldn't need to be exactly the same time. But yeah, the closer the better. I'm starting to get better at this. Oh yeah, and you'll have to trust me, because I'm not going to do a test video with this. But you'll have to trust me, and I will leave in the comments below or even scrap the entire video if I absolutely balls this up, because, you know, this isn't, there's not enough video quality here to show you, you know, for you to directly copy, but still, yeah, if I do balls this up, I will make sure that everybody knows I screwed it up, because I don't want people copying a bad thing. But yeah, it's amazing how much fun I've had with this. But if only we can just get that a little bit more throughput. And I think we can. The first video I put out was Snake Pit Mike Singleton. And that's an unexpanded VIC20 game. And it took 47 minutes. I lost my mind. I was doing a playthrough as well as transferring the file, just waffling away as usual. I lost my mind. I really did. That was a lot of Snake Pit. But now I can do the same thing in 7 minutes. Can you believe it? Oh, you can? Oh, fair enough. But yeah, as you can see on this one, I'm just happily putting this together, knowing that the pots are all like, meh. Because that's what I'm using right now. Everything I've been using, rather than using what I've set up, you know, precisely, I'm just going, meh, and I'm getting good results. I'm actually, arguably, with fisticuffs, arguably I'm getting a better result than when I did actually set up using science. That's still loading. How many minutes now? All of the minutes. It's worth it. Trust me. First person to, or yeah, that's also a thing. First person to communicate with actual proof, probably via Blue Sky, because Twitter notifications don't work, so I've given up using Twitter now. But yeah, actual proof that you've made one of these and you've loaded something via the YouTubes, you will get a gift from me. You can either have one of the latest Penultimate Plus 2 cartridges or Kung Fu Flash, whatever's the more useful for you. Oh, slightly longer wires would have been good, and also pushing these in with the shorter wires is a bit of an arse. It makes it worser. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. No shorts so far. Just checking out. I'm in trousers. Oh, this is a good shoot, wasn't it? See, other people edit their videos. I've made it so I can't. Because of that, what happens if I put my finger over it? Hooray. I got that right. Oh dear, I would have cussed. Turning into my granddad. Get that in there. Get it in. Ready? Goes nearly the whole way in. These are actually set so you can put LEDs in. You can use the same thing for the sender. We'll go into that with spider fingers at another time, because it's still trying to get the send software being efficient, because it's not. It's too much legwork by human beings at the moment. But yeah, we'll get there. Just load my stuff. I've put a few things out. Oh yes. I didn't need 9, I only needed 8. Oh, maths. Yes, because you're interconnecting 9, which means you need 8. Yes, and these don't draw any power. I've not checked. You know, why would you? But yeah, these don't draw any power. This is all powered by the Commodore user port. as long as it's not a pet, because they haven't got power on the user port, because pets are a bit weird. Right, that's another bad looking one, but it is perfectly well connected, so that's fine. Yeah, so what I think I'll do with this, I'll finish making this one, and I will check it for how good it is, and then the next one I will actually dial the pots in and then fix them with some sealant, so they're all exactly the same level. Now, it is possible to have them at the wrong swing of the level, technically, on the way that it's spotting the transitions from black to white on the spots up there. But, yeah, you know. Right, so these are the ones, these two. I don't need that bit. Let's get rid of that. Gone. Get rid of that. Hot heat. Come on, hot heat. Do your thing. Blub, 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 blub. Right. Yeah, because if I do need to get in here to get the pot, I'm going to make it so the next board on, you can just lift it out and just stop the wires fatiguing. Because, yeah, I've had that break. Yeah, that's a bum. I'm going to put some superb glue on, and I've even found some superb glue activator. So, what do you think about that? Bit more tinnage. These are all roughly at 12 o'clock ski. Yeah, so if you know somebody that wants to make one of these, and for instance, they haven't got access to a 3D printer, and you do, you know what to do. Be a friend, 3D print them the thing. 3D print them the thing. Because that's basically the only thing, apart from skill and, you know, the willingness to potentially blow up your favourite 8-bit computer. But it's not too difficult. This is a bit tricky, but, you know, if you take your time with it, you'd be right. So, yeah, these two, I'm just going to add a little bit of, oh, here it is. Blah, 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 blah. Bit of Gorilla Glue. Gel. I love the gel. It's aces. It's going to put a bit of that on there. And then use the activator on it. And then hopefully, when this one needs to be yanked out, so the middle one can be accessed if required, it won't break. I'm going to do that there. I think that's how you do it. It's been a while. I don't use stuff like this. I normally use hot snot, but this is not really hot snot applicable. You don't generally find that wires that get yanked around do the hot snot very well. It's superb glue or nothing, really. Superb glue. It's so superb. Do this over here. Like that. Well, very lucky. That will be all right. Right, so let's jam these in. I hope you like jamming too. Looking good. Looking real good. So, yeah, as I was waffling on. So, I want to change the pot on that one. Oh, no. There's no way of getting through there. Well, there is now, because that one lifts out. Fade presto. You can get in there. As long as you have snapped your end off, you can get in there and do your little adjustment. That's about the only thing. I mean, I've turned these around on the sides to give you easy access, but yeah, you can do a reach around, but that's about your lot. But there we are. I've made a module, and the pots appear to be set roughly as I described. Yeah, they look good. Right, so that's that bit done. That was easy peasy peasy squeezy. Now, the use port connector. some of these are labelled with A, B, C, D, and all of that, and other ones aren't. This one is, but I can't see it because I'm old. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the old-fashioned way of just deciding what top is. Look, on this one, I use the hot soldering iron technique. So what you do is get your connector, do that, and then you just write the word on it with your iron. T or P. T or P. Top. Did a really poor job of that. Anyway, it's worth doing that. You can also rub that down and then put some black marker pen in it to make it more readable, which is actually worth it. Now, if you're soldering to a bare connector, top tip, whack any old PCB in the other side, stabilizes the pins, which is a good thing to do. Now, I'm just going to copy the one that I've already got because I'm not an idiot. Because this works. Let's try and make this work, shall we? So we're going to turn it over to its bottom side. Yes, could you do it? And that's like that, that's like that. Now, you may have noticed on here I've got the 5 volts and the ground, blah, 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 blah. On this one, I might bring the ground up there because it's actually ground on these. But, yeah. We'll see. So, I need... Oh, yeah, because that's the ground there, and that's not going to be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maths. Right, now... Get a pin header, you will notice they don't line up. It's one on, one off, right? So you can either try and solder them in, and you'll find out they don't line up very well, or do what I'm about to do, which is use this as a way of not burning your fingers. So, whoops. Put the lid on the glue there, boys and girls. So, we need to be looking at this. We're gonna put that on the other row. Oh, that's finished. That's finished. What's loaded? Comment below. 42 minutes. Comment 42 minutes. I'm playing this now, and it's awesome. Right. Anyway, let's get on with this. 3 pins in. So, yeah, top tip. Solder the first pin, just get some solder on it, and then keep these in one lump. I said lump. And then you can run them across the top, put that there, add a bit of heat to it, it sinks down, Bob's your aunt. Okay? Now, I will now do this. See, that's on there nicely, and now you can separate. All gooderer. Alright? But don't put solder on all of these, because then you won't be able to lie it flat when you put this one down. And you let the flux do its thing. I can't believe that's loaded. Yeah. Oop. Oh. Didn't let that cool down. It moved. Try that. Whoa. That got dropped. There it is. Ugh. And then I dropped it. Where's that gone? Oh no. Right. Substitute header time. Hooray. Substitute. Now, you don't have to do this. You could literally solder the wires on if you really wanted to. Recommend you don't. It's nice having the old pin patch cables, which is what I'm going to use, the old ribbons, because then that way, if it's too short, you can extend it by putting a longer one on. Ta-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, so did you load that game? Did you load that game? Did you remember that it required a minimum of 8K expansion? You can use 16K, that'll be fine, and 32. But it needs a minimum of 8K expansion. Yeah. See, I've not tested that yet. I have to play that back to double check it works, just in case something went wrong in the video. And that would be a bummer. That would be such a bummer. I would have to say bum. Boop. Boop. If the solder cooled quicker, that would help. But it doesn't want to, because it's very, very hot. So I can only apologise about this video as well. I'm really disappointed. I tried for about 2 hours to try and get my Hapage thing to come up with OBS. There was an update recently. I think, for whatever reason, I'm now incompatible. So I don't have a macro anymore, for now anyway. And I could have done with getting the camera further, closer to the desk, but if I did that, I'd be banging my face on it. Right, so I haven't done a neat job of that because I've done it quickly. Oh my, they're really bad. Okay. But they're really bad, and that's all I need. This again, ignore that. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. Ignore that one. 2. So that's good. And then we're going to do that, and then that. And so these two here is where we're picking up power. Really important on the Commodores. Nearly all of them not PET. But yeah, there is AC at one end of this port and not AC at the other end. You really don't want to be messing around shorting those out. You probably only blow the fuse, but still, don't do it. Soldering by a smell because I really can't see at this distance anymore. So, yeah, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. And we're only a few minutes. Oh, I've knocked the other one off now, you plum. And now that one's gone. Oh, well, it's a real video. No editing. Terrible. All of you people, all of you one person, are you the one person that watched to the end? What is at the end? Oh, I should have really thought about this, and I could have done a proper promotion or something, but there, well, hey ho, hey diddly ho ho ho. Really, really bad soldering here. Got some prototyping PCB somewhere, can't find them. If I had those, this would look nicer. Gonna check that again. My brain says that's wrong. No, it's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 from the end is where what we call a clock pin is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the end. Seem to remember from memory that's. I don't want to say it because it's probably wrong, so I won't. Check the website, future's8bit.com. There are words. Only need one more. Oh, couldn't find the pin header. Again, you don't need to do it like this. You could just use tails if you really wanted to do that. I recommend you don't. Use something that you can easily replug if you've screwed it. Because there are quite a lot of connections here. But that is it. That's that end done. And it does look terrible. Sorry about that. But it does look terrible. 5 volts and ground are at this end. Ground, 5 volts. That's the clock pin. Them's the data pins. Ooh, the data pins are all a little bit higgledy-piggledy. But yeah, yeah, ground, 5 volts, clock. That's what's going on there. Right, so then all you need to do is wonder where the bloody hell you put that big old ribbon cable. Oh, there's one. There's one. Right, now for reasons I don't really understand because it's a long time ago, in all of the paperwork and stuff I've got this, I've done brown to brown. So brown is 5 volts and also not 5 volts. That's fun of me. So yeah, find yourself one of these cables. Might want a longer one. This is all I've got right now. And peel yourself off a brown to brown, which is nice. And then everything's getting tangledupandconfused.com. I'm going to put that there like that. So starting off at this end, on the top, we would go brown black. You see, brown black. Black is grained. Grained. So we are going to go. I said brown black. It's actually black brown. They go on like that. Now, if the pins don't go on very far, just nip the black plastic. So once those are on there, you basically can then just do that, because now the colours will follow, which was nice of me, wasn't it? They're on the other side, mine, but they are there. So yeah, the colours now follow. So move that like that. So we've got white, grey, purple, blue. It's twisted. Green. Yellow. I'm looking at this now, and there's a problem. Oh, the white. You absolute numpty. Yes. I've done it wrong. See that white one there? That doesn't go there. That goes to the other side. Now I need to shift these all along. Oh, well. Luckily they're on pin headers, right? Because I can do this. Boink. 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 Yeah, white's clock. I've got no notes here. I'm literally winging this from one that I built in the past. There we go. And by the past, I mean in the last short period of time. So I'll pull the white one back now. Give me a bit more flexibility. Done. Now I'm going to check that against my original, which has buggered off. Oh no, it's there, you plum. Right. Let's see if these look similar. So yeah, that's moved. 5 volts. And then we go on the top row, we have got 5 pins from that end. We have got the clock pin. Job. Yep. Turn that over. Brown, red, green, orange, perfect. Do as I say, and not as I do. So yeah, there's your top connections. Clock there. I'll throw that one away. Follow this one. Yeah, 5 volt, ground, clock. Data. Gap of 2. Might help you just noticing those things. Now, this end, easy. Take the first 3 wires, separate them a bit, because they go in the middle. And the middle feeds everything else. Now on these, you've got VCC, ground, and data. So again, because I was feeling special, and for a change I got something right, you can put the first 3 pins on as they are from the wire, like so. So again, 5 volts, ground, clock. And here you go, this one's the same hand. So 5 volts, ground, terrible camera, clock. And then I'm going to check this one here, because I know this is right. You may wire this, you could easily accidentally wire these back to front, but it won't damage anything. But so where is 0? There's 0. There's 0. The numbers are written in the 3D print. But yeah, again, the point is we should, he said should, just be able to go boink, boink, and all the data pins following around in numerical order, which means the green now has to come back. If I was doing this again, I wouldn't have done it like that. Split that there a little bit. Yeah, because the green now has to come either over and round or up and under. Don't know, probably did a bit of both there. No idea. That's in there. And then the yellow will be on the other side. Like so. Back on the data. Okay. And then the last three will be orange, red, brown, orange, red, brown. And that's it. In 45 minutes, I've assembled, yes, I've done it before, yes, I know what I'm doing, ish, I have assembled another jelly load with a shortened cable, because it's the only wire that I've got. But yeah, that's basically that. If you do yourself a jelly load, you will hopefully, if you're very, very lucky, be experiencing the most pointless and inconvenient way of loading anything known to man. You load up the software. You'll need the expanded one for this that we've loaded here today. But yeah, you load up the software. It receives. You see the load data there is 1001. That's good news. When you see stuff like that, you know it's going to work. And then the game just loads. It just loads. So yeah, you could do that yourself if you like a challenge. And do comment below and speak your mind words and let me know how you did. Because, you know, sometimes projects just need to be pointless. Like and subscribe. Jelly load for the win. And sorry about the poor audio and video setup. Bye.